And welcome back, folks. It is cheer league time yet again. This time we're looking at El Boyos versus Better Than Yesterday, and it's week 7. And with me as always is my co-caster New Type. Welcome back, New Type.
Thank you very much, Synth. Wonderful to be here as always. I'm a little late uncorking the bottle here. Man, you caught me with broken hands. But no, this is gonna be a good one here tonight. Both teams, very, very strong, very well represented at the top of the Division 3 ladder. We're looking at the cream of the crop, rise into the top. Easily my favorite Macho Man Randy Savage skit. If you've never seen it, great. El Boyos, 5-1, very strong record so far this year. This season. Last week they beat Smash Mouth All Stars. And El Boyos, they've been around since season 1. They are a veteran team, and believe it or not, they're going to be playing the other sort of top flight Division 3 team, and that is Better Than Yesterday. Better Than Yesterday, 6-0 for this season in Division 3. They are looking great right now. And it's worth noting, Kenny, that these two teams have actually met each other previously in this season.
Oh, is this a rematch?
It's a rematch, buddy!
Well, from the record, you can tell who won.
Yes. Yes, I can. Oh, yeah, no. Oh, what's that one doing there? Oh, it's such an eyesore. So, yeah, El Boyos, with only one loss on record, and it's against Better Than Yesterday, a match that they played back on April 20th, 420, blaze it. Better Than Yesterday certainly did on that date, winning the day. So yeah, we're gonna see how they do. During that match, we saw double support supporting an Illidan on Dragonshire versus a team that played Dahaka. Better Than Yesterday played Dahaka during that match. So let's take a quick look at their the team that the lineup that they played during that game. Mm-hmm. This must have been back when Tracer was still overpowered. I'm trying to get my dates together. I can't remember if Tracer was out at that time or not, because somehow Kael'thas made it through the draft.
What?
And was actually picked.
Wait, did I hear you right?
Yeah, you heard right.
KT actually made it through.
KT was actually played in this game on April 20th. By Better Than Yesterday.
Well, I mean, there's a reason why he's banned every single.
Yeah. So any brave souls out there in the Twitch chat, all one of you, any brave souls out there want to take money that Tracer and or Kael'thas will not be banned in the first round here? Any takers? No one. Crickets. Chirp.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah,
no, that's crazy.
That's pretty much how it goes. I don't think I've seen one match. Oh, I've seen a couple. We've actually seen a couple matches where characters have gone. Sort of the expected bans are not carried out, but usually those are targeted sort of respect bans.
Research goes on behind the scenes with these teams here, and you can definitely see it in the drafting phase. It usually, if it's not Tracer or KT banned, it's pretty much a targeted ban at this point. I mean, honestly, have you seen a untargeted ban of some other character yet?
I mean, you can call almost every educated ban.
Untargeted ban of some other character yet?
I mean, you can call almost every educated ban a targeted ban. I mean, Falstad often ends up on the chopping block. Very early in the draft for no other reason than he's just really good on a lot of maps. We've seen some Falstad play. We actually saw some just 2 days ago in the last game that we casted, which also, by the way, featured an undefeated team. Mm-hmm. That team was defeated though, so we're gonna see if the pattern holds true.
Yeah, one event makes a pattern.
Oh yeah, it does in my mind, of course.
Yeah, extrapolate a one
statistical analysis.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, I'm curious to see how this goes. I want to see how these teams matchup. This rematch, this grudge match. It's just, I mean, we're gonna lock them in a steel cage with one ladder, one way out. Two teams enter, one team leaves.
Yeah, it's
I mean, Thunderdome style, baby.
Thunderstorm. Oh my gosh. You know what? If they were driving around on vehicles, absolutely.
I would be Mel Gibson, and you'd be Tina Turner.
Uh,
Okay, no, I'll be Tina Turner. You can be Mel Gibson.
Actually, all I can think of is the Borderlands Thunderdome at this point. That was so much fun.
I was thinking Mad Max.
Well, of course. Of course, but...
No, dude, we're Master Blaster. That's who we are. We're the casting Cho'Gall.
Oh, that's good.
I'm clearly the brains.
Well, actually, so...
Oh, I almost finished that sentence.
Wait, what are Brawn in casting?
I have no idea.
Do I like move the map really fast around?
You haul that map around, my friend.
So, in Cho'Gall lore, I don't know if you knew, Cho's actually the smarter one, believe it or not.
I feel like I read this when he was coming out, and people were all like, ooh, check out this Cho'Gall lore.
So, all right, we're gonna get this show rolling here in a second. I was thoroughly surprised by the punctualness of both teams, and I do have to give them props for that.
Yeah, we love nothing more than teams that show up on time, have all their members, are hankering for drafts. Wow, everyone's all chatty. I love it. I love these these motivated, these excited, Div 3 teams, not just Div 3 teams. I like seeing teams that enjoy playing the game. I mean, we've run the gamut here in Chair League, all the games that we've casted. I think are we coming up to like the 40 mark? Are we close to that?
It's ridiculous. It's definitely past 30. I definitely uploaded more than 30 games onto my YouTube channel. By the way, subscribe if you're watching this.
Oh, look at that shameless plug.
Give me 1 second here, and let me just finish.
Alrighty, so our map tonight. Sorry, I had to plug the headphones in. So if I just segued real abruptly, please don't mind me. Our map tonight is Garden of Terror, which is always a weird one because it's very hard to shot call this map. It's very hard to finish this map.
And it's very hard to get started. We're already in.
Yeah, we're rolling right now. So El Boyos is our home team. They're gonna have the first ban and the first pick. Let's see what they go with. Is it going to be Tracer or is it going to be Kael'thas?
Mm-hmm.
Let's flip a coin and let the gods decide.
Yeah, flip the coin. Usually if they have any inkling of playing KT, if they really want to, they usually ban the Tracer out, or
Zool is banned.
They do a targeted ban on Zool.
Is it targeted? Let's take a gander at better than yesterday's match history. I'm very curious now.
Mm-hmm.
So they did play Zool last week on Infernal Shrines.
Okay.
And they did play Zool 2 weeks ago on Towers of Doom. Is this a targeted pick?
They did meet each other on the fields of battle here.
And we're seeing Zagar bet. Yeah. Oh my God! The person who may have taken the $50 bet should have taken the $50 bet. Tracer and Kael'thas making it out of the ban phase. I cannot believe it.
And the KT is first picked, of course.
What is this madness?
And a very quick pick on Li Ming and Thrall. This is a very strong out of the gate pickup here.
These are some bread and butter picks, and like Wolverine, they're the best at what they do. Kael'thas just so good at blowing people up. His damage is absurd. Baseline, long duration crowd control effect, potentially an area of effect stun. Mm-hmm. Thrall, so good in lane, so good at at camps. He's great at everything. So we're seeing Tyrande picked up by El Boyos. Are we going to see a double support composition from El Boyos? That's a very early Tyrande pick.
And honestly, Tyrande's Starfall is still very good at point defense, as well as just a damage.
And she pairs fantastically with Phoenix.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
So Kael'thas Tyrande, And with the Johanna there, I feel like that's kind of a tell that they're going for sort of a grouping AoE based damage team with Tyrande going for a DPS build.
Yeah, this is interesting.
This is yeah. I'm curious. So here come the bans. Does Better Than Yesterday ban a support, or do they go with something a little more traditional? In this case, you'd probably be looking to ban some DPS characters. I feel like you ban a support here. I feel like you
Yeah.
ban Tassadar just to
I
make
mean,
sure that they don't go with that Tassadar Tyrande combo that's so dangerous.
yeah, the Tassadar Tyrande is extremely dangerous, especially on this one where the extra amount of time on the invades, the extra sight is very helpful. And just being able to have Tassadar lane. Tassadar is such a good laner.
He's a good laner. He's good at clearing out, groups of minions, which, the small camps with the terror seeds,
And his force wall could stop them from escaping the circles of death.
yeah.
So, I mean,
Better Than Yesterday really grinding into their to their reserve time pool, and they end up banning Falstad. I mean, he's just a good overall pick. He's a solid DPSer.
And that Mighty Gust.
Yeah, and that Mighty Gust, it can be irritating. We see Muradin banned by El Boyos. I like this as well.
Definitely.
We were talking about Better Than Yesterday's sort of history. They really favor the Zul, and they really favor the Muradin.
Wow. So this is absolutely a targeted set of bans here. Really try to.
They've played Muradin 3 weeks in a row. This is the first week where they're not going to get Muradin in the draft.
So I wonder if they're just going to pick up ETC instead. This is actually coming out to be a pretty scary. Although with the Tyrande and Kael'thas,
there's so many stuns.
Yeah, and the
Joe ready.
Yeah, that's not going to be
a Nubarak. Oh
right.
Yes, I love it.
A Nubarak is back in. I mean,
he is back. He's so angry.
Wait,
I mean, everybody
was he ever in before?
He was in, like, certainly not during the time at Chair League, but he was in, like, almost literally 12 months ago.
Oh, jeez. Okay, well, welcome back, Nubarak, to the meta.
He was very strong, like, April, March of last year. As the beta was finishing up, he was really, like, his Beetle build was kind of overtuned.
That's right. Yeah, I remember that now.
And he was a must-have tank. And let's see if he's a must-have tank again. He's had a great week ever since his update, going up nearly 7% in win rates to be one of the top tanks in Hero League according to HOTS logs. So we're gonna want to see what they decide to use against him. We see Sonya picked up. I love seeing Sonya. She's so scary.
Do you think she can go leap here and leap in and then have the Starfall?
I don't think so. I don't think on this one.
Okay.
I don't think on this one. I think you're going to see Wrath of the Berserker just to help beat down Thrall, Rhaegar, and a Nubarak.
I mean, it's still very scary. Absolutely. Wrath of the Berserker still making her just a literal beast.
She's so angry.
Yeah.
She needs to take a chill pill.
Did you see that face swap with her and who was it? Oh crap! It was so creepy.
I mean, you could face swap Sonya's face onto anybody and make it terrifying.
It's true though. But I remember her face swap being especially creepy because that amount of rage should not exist.
And there's the double support. Brightwing is brought in to free up Tyrande. She's going to go with Starfall, and if Anubarak dives in, if he decides to use Burrow Charge on his way in to the fray, Brightwing is standing by with a polymorph to make his life miserable.
Absolutely.
If Thrall goes in a little too hard, the polymorph is there to make his life miserable. Who's the last player going to be for Better Than Yesterday? What are your thoughts, Synth?
Oh, geez, that's a rough one. They could go with another, like maybe an Arthas. Arthas and Nubarak is extremely dangerous. They have enough damage. Well,
and you know what? Both of them have spell mitigation, which will help substantially against Kael'thas and Tyrande. We see Dahaka brought up.
Yeah.
This is a good one too. I mean, with Dahaka and Anubarak, their ability to pounce onto a single target, if the positioning is correct, and there's lots of bushes on this map, if the positioning is right, if the team fight is in the right location, Anubarak and Dahaka are going to have just immediate access to Tyrande and Brightwing, and it's going to be up to the stuns on El Boyos. There's certainly a lot of crowd control on their team to help deal with that. So, I I personally am. I favor El Boyos' composition. I like both of them. I like both teams' drafts.
There's a lot of damage on El
There's a
Boyos'
lot
head.
of damage on El Boyos, and they are
Like,
really counting on Thrall and Li Ming better than yesterday are
mhm.
to carry the team. That being said, if Anubrak gets a good stun and Dahaka is able to rope somebody and pull them out, that's a lot of freebie damage that Thrall and Li Ming are going to be able to put on somebody.
So we'll see here. My game. There we go. I was gonna say my my game froze there for a second. I was freaking out a little bit. I was just telling the other team that they were asking if there was no Rexar pick, and I Rexar would have been crazy. I mean, I definitely was expecting a second tank, because Anubrak just doesn't quite make a main tank.
He's very good in like Hero League where damage isn't quite as well focused. But in Team League where you've got everyone in comms, or in Chair League when you've got everyone in comms, I feel like it's going to be much more difficult to keep a hero like Anubrak up.
Absolutely. So we're gonna get right into this game here. It's everyone's moving quickly here. It's a
Chair League
success.
night.
Yeah, it's Chair League. I am super excited. I can't believe that everything is going so smoothly.
I know this is it's not a rarity. That's not. I mean, it's fantastic that it's happening. It's not the first time we've had a more or less a perfect game, but we're gonna do character introductions once we get in here, and we'll start introducing the teams. Garden of Terror. I personally hate this map with the Passion of a Thousand Suns.
Well,
one thing we did not talk about, however, is or talk to a great degree is how people will be managing the seeds, who will be getting into the Terror for each team potentially. I know who's got the wave clear or the minion clear for the seeds. I feel like Garden. I feel like El Boyos has a lot of damage on hand to bring down the Garden Terrors, the neutral Terrors to get the seeds.
Especially with Tronda's Hunter's Mark.
Yeah.
Tronda's Hunter's Mark is gonna make bringing down the Terror extremely easy. But I feel like Sonya's gonna be the prime target to pick up the Terror on El Boyos' side, and then probably Dahaka on Better Than Yesterday's side.
I'd agree.
Yeah, only because he does have an escape and has stasis.
Yeah, he's got a better escape than Thrall, but his contribution to team fights isn't as critical as Anubrak's. It looks like Entropy was dropped as we entered the game here, so I think we're gonna need to pause real quick here.
Yeah, I had to say something, right?
You had to say something. Oh, this game was so perfect. Oh, it was awesome. Yep, nope.
Oh my gosh.
So,
so of course, obviously some technical difficulty had to.
Oh, there's the shout outs to Twitch.
Yep.
Raise your dongers in the chat.
Yeah.
Look at this hype. Look at this self-promotion. Don King couldn't promote this. And yet Sheej and Byakugan laying down the law, letting us know what's going on. Oh yeah, tactical pausing. Where's that 3-2-3? Oh no, there we go.
He chopped off the 3-2-3. That's funny. Yeah. So anyway, great. I love the banter on
Oh
these
man,
teams.
This is definitely a strategic pause. Definitely a strategic pause. Better Than Yesterday is looking at El Boyos' talent picks already. There we go. So okay, where were we? On the left-hand side here, in the blue trunks, playing for El Boyos, we got Adamitz on Sonya, Byakugan on Johanna, Sheej on the Brightwing, Vendetto on Tyrande, and Entropy on the Kael'thas. Welcome back, Entropy. On the right-hand side, playing for Better Than Yesterday. They certainly are, we would hope. We've got Marad on Thrall, Tawny X on Li Ming, Zipitotek on Anubarak, Lost on Rhaegar, and Zombie Crisp looking for brains on that Dahaka.
I love the pleb horses, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Nothing but the finest rides for our teams here as they scrap it out in mid. Both teams looking to get some early, easy damage in and potentially get a pick off. Zombie Chris very far forward, but Vendetto eats an arcane orb and it takes a ton of damage.
Thrall moving down to solo lane bottom here, splitting up here pretty quickly, and Dahaka's probably going to rotate up top here to split to lanes. The dance in the middle is over, as it were.
It's a short one.
Yeah, it's always is. But here's when the poke happens. So it looks like a rotation down to bottom with the global presence of Brightwing to support. Pushing Murad out of position here.
Both teams fairly close in XP so far. Not a whole lot to miss this early in the game.
Our camps are still not up yet, so nothing interesting there. I believe it's near the first spawn of the objectives, right?
Let me see if I can get the exact time on that.
I think it's after a minute of the objective. But anyway, so Thrall's just holding his own at bottom. They're rotating down. Looks like they're gonna go for. It looks like Better Than Yesterday is gonna go for the bottom seeds, and we're actually in for a bit of a rumble here. Because
they're going at it. Entropy is really in trouble here. Has got to bail out. Murad gets some damage in. Ziptotek gets a stun, but he's okay. Brightwing swings in time.
Li Ming barely makes it out there with Adam Ditz chasing that, but Adam Ditz is actually
Zombie Chris taking a heap of damage, pops the stasis and the self heal. He's okay. He hustles out, and it is Sonya, in fact, who is brought down first. Killed, it looks like, by Murad near the red side seed camp there.
So Better Than Yesterday is going to move up to top while El Boyos picks up their safe siege camp right now, and that's because you want to wait until your team comes back up here.
They're really down in seeds, though. They have got to make something happen with the seeds. It's almost guaranteed for Better Than Yesterday to have a Garden Terror coming out of this Nightfall stage.
It was an interesting choice for to leave them the bottom siege camps, or the Garden Terror. To pick up those seeds, though.
They wanted to rotate top and grab the two small camps of seeds. Like, those actually provide you a lot of seeds.
Yeah, it's true.
So, they had some freebie seeds that they wanted to capitalize on, and then they just they knew where El Boyos were. They saw the camp get capped, and they just went for that top terror. And they're being rewarded with the Garden Terror here. We'll see who goes back. I'd expect maybe Thrall or Dahaka, as we said, to go back for the Garden Terror.
So Dahaka is doing a bit of finagling at bottom here just to defend a little bit against the bottom rotation from the rest of the team. Adamitz is being very aggressive here.
I mean, they're getting towers. They're bringing towers down, and they're bringing the wall down as well.
Back in mid here, we got the siege camp moving forward, but it's going to go unsupported, so it's going to probably go down very quickly here. Looks like the bottom rotation is just Thrall and Rhaegar, two green orcs.
So it was Dahaka that did go for the Garden Terror, and real quick peek as far as talents are concerned here, we did see Dampen Magic picked up by Anubarak, so they are going to be really hard to bring down by this paired KT and potentially the Starfall damage. I like this idea. I like the Anubarak pick. He's great against mages now, and this might be big for them going into the long run.
So this should be interesting here in terms of just trying to push back this Garden Terror. The first Terror doing actually a pretty insane amount of damage on.
Fair amount of damage, yeah.
Yeah, especially on Tyrande here. Tyrande's actually
they're diving on Tyrande, but they went a little bit too far. The Terror is brought down, and it looks like Zombie Chris is going to be able to retreat. Not a whole lot of place for them to chase or for him to run to. He hustles out.
Yeah, but interestingly enough, all this time, Anubarak has been out top, just punching away at walls.
And I mean, that has gotten them a substantial XP lead, having Li Ming in middle and Anubrak at top, along with the Garden Terror getting some buildings down at bottom. You know, they've got a full level lead right now and are looking really strong right now in this game.
So Nubrak and Dahaka and Sonya are dueling it out at the bottom here. A little bit of harassment going on. And it looks like camps for both sides here, with Byakugan going back after the siege, after the mercs getting picked up, and then Rhaegar coming.
Oh, Adamit's in real deep trouble here. Does look like that they're able to turn it around.
Yeah, Adamit's sneaks out just at the right time here, and just in time for better than yesterday to pick up the bottom, or sorry, to clean up the bottom mercs here.
Siege against Zipotodek, excuse me. That's going to be a tough one to really maintain. You've got Brightwing versus Anubarak.
So
better than yesterday, dangerously close to level 10. Dangerously close to level 10. And there it is. Li Ming is killed, though, and it's a quick trade in mid. Li Ming and Kael'thas brought down, and I feel like it still favors better than yesterday. They've got the 10s. We're seeing Sundering, Disintegrate, Locust Swarm, Ancestral Healing, and Isolation. Pretty solid, standard ult picks. Nothing surprising there. And
Murad's got to be careful here. Byakugan and Adamitz are coming into.
Adamitz looking to get in a position for a body block there, and actually kind of actually misses it just by a hair. And Murad is able to escape as a result. Very, very, very close there. Zombie Chris kind of in a weird spot, just hit by a lot of damage, but Townie X is able to support. Adamit's too far forward, is hit by the Sundering and brought down, as is Brightwing.
Yeah, that's they have ults right now, and this is really dangerous for El Boyos right now. They got to get out. They can't stay in here for very long. You cannot engage with a team with ults.
I was gonna say, you know, this is a guaranteed Garden Terror for El Boyos, but it might not even be. Right now, better than yesterday, looking real strong, grabbing this bottom neutral terror, and they are absolutely going to get a Garden Terror out of this engagement here.
Yeah, that's a lot of seeds on better than yesterday's side, leaving 2 seeds behind. You know, the ever tempting.
Zombie Chris taking a lot of damage at top. Adamitz is there. The whole of El Boyos is en route. Zombie Chris does disengage in time, and ults are there just in time for El Boyos.
Yep. So the Ancestral goes out on Totek right there, but and Sonya goes out, or Sonya goes down for El Boyos side, and oh my gosh, the entire team
really hurting. They have got to get out now. They are going to go down like bowling pins. And it's a general retreat for El Boyos.
Yeah, Toronto is just so low on everything, and they just got to go back at this point. You cannot stay in there.
Not see Toronto use Starfall in that engagement. I can't tell if it was a mana issue or if it was just not feeling the timing right.
Oh no, it was definitely a mana issue. She was so out of mana, it was ridiculous. So that was kind of unfortunate to be in that fight with no mana.
There were plenty of situations where Better Than Yesterday was in some serious trouble as far as HP was concerned, and like we said, it looked like it was going to be a guaranteed Garden Terror during this round for El Boyos, when instead Better Than Yesterday has a Garden Terror and has another 80 seeds for the next round. So they are in a commanding position right now, about to pick up their level 13 talents with this fort that is going to be brought down ever so shortly here.
So Better Than Yesterday is rotating down to support the Terror at this point, and it's going to be a pretty interesting fight here because the Sunder's still down.
Well, there we go. Sundering came up and was immediately used.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Starfall was used. Adamit's in deep trouble, is going to dodge the Q from Anubrak, but it is brought down eventually by Murad's Chain Lightning.
So this is a general retreat for El Boyos here. A lot of damage coming out, and they cannot hold this. They have the talent tier disadvantage at this point as well. 13's picked up for Better Than Yesterday.
Yeah, if they if they ever played StarCraft, they would be zealots, shouting constantly, "We cannot hold!" And it looks like finally they do hold. Better than yesterday, turning around, heading back, and we saw Dahaka immediately hustle to the top lane to continue laning there.
Mm-hmm. And that was a really good invade from Byakugan there, picking up the siege camp after Better Than Yesterday took down most of the health there. I don't know.
Yeah, they're just going for the camps now. I mean, it's one of the things you can do. I'd love to see them soak up a little bit more. They really desperately need to catch up. They're 4 whole levels behind currently, soon to be 3, but they are looking at a potential double talent disadvantage, which is never a situation you want to be in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they gotta do something here. So the map going both sides respectively, although Boyos needs to pick up one more camp here for it to be even. And it looks like they're going to try to push at bottom here a little bit. They did see the top, but Sonya in a very dangerous situation here. She's probably going to go down as a result.
She's gone.
Yeah. So they're going to trade a keep for a character there, or keep for a keep. Sorry, a fort for a fort. I should have learned not to say keeps by now.
And they're still not at 13. Better Than Yesterday, knocking on 16's door. One more minion wave should be enough for El Boyos, but even scrapping out this extra level, they're still at a massive disadvantage here.
Yeah, they hit 16s now, just as the other team hit 13s, and so they're still a talent tier ahead. That is nuts. What do you do in a situation like this, New Type?
I mean, the tough part about this map is you have to be out on the map to get these.
Oh, Brightwing is so out of position. Brightwing picked up right there as a result of that, and that rotation just came down at a bad time for Brightwing. She was just a little bit out, and this is going to be dangerous for El Boyos. This is a game-ending situation. Both teams are equal on, or were equal on.
Oh, a ton of damage going out on Zombie Chris. He pops the stasis and the self-heal. Lots of ults going out on Zombie Chris as well. Holy cow. That was Starfall and Phoenix used to not secure a kill. And there we go. With Sonya rotating in, Zombie Chris is finally brought down. They have got to hustle, though. There's a Garden Terror at the ready already for Better Than Yesterday, and their own Garden Terror for El Boyos just now popping up.
Mm-hmm. The danger ping's going out here, and it's definitely...
it's a 5-on-4 right now. I don't know if Better Than Yesterday can actually win this, even with the talent disadvantage.
I mean,
the talent advantage, excuse me.
There's a little split on the Garden Terror right now, trying to engage both that and the other team. So it is actually a fair.
But the huge Sunder gives Murad plenty of room to grab the siege, splitting the team, parting the waters of the Red Sea. It's the Blue Sea in this case. And a lot of damage going out. Getting brought down by a chain bomb, and they are in serious trouble here. And 9 seconds on the Garden Terror. Vendetto is going to have to grab it. You do not want. Okay, actually, the main healer did not grab it. They're in good shape. Holy cow, that was coming down to the wire there.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a rough situation there. That you have to just.
In most situations, I would be like, oh my god, you don't want the healer to grab the Terror, but. Brightwing is still around to provide heals. They're in good shape. Mm-hmm. But a big surge in momentum for El Boyos. They're coming close to level 16. Obviously, they aren't completely there yet, but they got some kills. Big death timers on Better Than Yesterday right now, and they're looking to eke out some momentum here.
Yeah, and Vendetto has to be a little bit careful there. There's 3 members of Better Than Yesterday following her. And she does not have the escapes that Sonya does, so she's got to be very careful.
It ain't like the old days where you can drop a pot and run.
Yeah.
And Vendetto going dangerously low. That is going to be all she wrote.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, she goes down to, unfortunately, unable to escape there. And Zombie Chris does
Chris is actually stunned during the attempt at digging out, and Zombie Chris is also brought down. That actually is a big deal. Slightly longer death timer on Zombie Chris. And El Boyos saving their bottom keep and getting another kill, bringing them ever closer to catching up on XP.
Yeah.
Still a 2-level lead, though.
Yeah, as far as keep counts goes, they're actually not that far off, 4 to 5. So not keep buildings. Sorry. So
Yeah, just one more fort. Just one more fort. And if the bottom lane is, pretty well opened up, so if El Boyos gets an advantage, they can counter push bottom, get that keep, and kind of save themselves from having to deal with their own damaged keep. We're seeing both teams go for Merc camps. Both camps sort of button heads against each other. We're seeing Bruisers at bottom and double siege camps at mid. Both teams just looking to make something happening with these Merc pushes. Sonya at bottom to try and counter push. She's got to get back to mid. There's a fight brewing in mid here with Dahaka on the flank, and the other 4 members of Better Than Yesterday in position. The fight is brewing, and it looks like it ain't decaf. Zombie Crisp in position is gonna try and grab Vendetto. Is stunned. Lots of damage going out from County X. And here is that fight. Adamit's going to town on Murad, and it's Brightwing gonna have to pop Ice Block. Does get heaps of damage in with the Starfall. Yeah, but it is El Boyos who are on the worst end of that fight. 3 men down. We see Taronda, Johanna, and Sonya brought down. And it's nighttime, which means Better Than Yesterday is going to go to town on those seeds yet again.
Yeah, Johanna was brought down fairly early in that fight, which was very detrimental to the El Boyos team, losing that front line. And with Adamitz as well, split. I mean, that was a very split fight.
They so close to bringing some of Better Than Yesterday down. They were so close on numerous situations in that engagement. But close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, and we're seeing some big siege push at bottom. The Garden Terror is en route. It's going to go right down the gullet of the mid lane, while Better Than Yesterday picks off the second neutral terror. Did they get all of this?
The top ones are still.
Oh, there. Okay, they didn't. That one hasn't been started yet. I'm sorry.
So Zombie Chris coming back to join the fray a little bit to try to pull the other team into the 4 stack there.
This is devastating. They have a Garden Terror. They can
20s.
The Garden Terror. They have 20s, and when this Garden Terror falls,
Kael'thas.
Kael'thas caught a little far forward. This is game-ending potential right here.
Yeah, that was very unfortunate for Kael'thas to be caught in that situation there. It just he had no chance.
And most of the ults now, all the ults are down for El Boyos, and this is looking really desperate. Byakugan taking heaps of damage. His polymorph, but is able to get out in time. And they are whomping on the core. Brightwing brought down, and I think that is it. Better Than Yesterday, retaining their pristine record, going 7-0 in Division 3 here.
Wow, what a game! Whew, that was very impressive. Amount of rotations and flanks from the Dahaka. I have to give lots of props to the Dahaka being able to be able to rotate as well as they did, and be able to catch the other team out so often. I mean, it was just there were a couple of bad positioning choices. They're a little too offensive.
Yeah,
and
they really focused in on the Sonya. It's very telling that Sonya absorbed more damage than Johanna over the course of the game. They really had the Sonya's number. They were really focusing in on her. And when the Sonya went down, you basically had the Taronda ult and Kael'thas's damage to do damage. And that was not enough, especially when a Nubrak has that dampen magic ability taken at level 1. So good at dealing with all those abilities.
And Dahaka too. He has his stasis on demand. It's on a very short cooldown. If he is a target of for example, the living bomb, he just stasises. It's gone.
And those are big cooldowns. Like if a flame strike is attempted on Dahaka and Dahaka ducks it, like Kael'thas is going to be on cooldown for a while. I like this composition against heavy mages, heavy abilities. This Anubarak Dahaka composition. Very nicely played, very nicely executed by Better Than Yesterday. They grabbed that one by the horns very early. I want to say around like level maybe 7 or level 8.
Mhm.
And really didn't let go of the match. There were situations where El Boyos was starting to really generate momentum, but they never got that key sort of breakthrough moment that they were really looking for.
Mhm. Yeah,
They came close
there
around,
was
like, I want to say level 13. They came real close.
there was a engagement where they almost caught Murat out, the thrall, and they almost killed him. But had they killed him, I think this may have been a different game entirely. But that turned around. They had a 4-man invade down to respond to that 3-1 yank, and the rest is history. It just turned around from there. That was the first 2 or 3 down, and then they got both garden terrors, both neutral garden terrors, and then when you're down that many seeds, it's really, I mean,
It's tough.
you got a lot of push coming in
It's
from
tough. Yeah.
the garden terrors, and
So
especially with Dahaka in the garden terror, he's a tank.
Mhm.
He has a lot of self healing. He got Hero Stalker, which is increases essence gained by takedowns. So he definitely was trying to be involved in every single fight, and he definitely had enough enough essence to keep himself up. He was actually building a very tanky build.
Let's get to the important stuff here, man. Shout out to T-Revs. I don't know who you are, but you're awesome. And shout out to Adamit's mom.
What?
I have no idea
Oh.
why, but we're going to talk about Adamit's mom for the next 5 seconds. She is super nice. So yeah, no, I agree. That the Essence Devourer, along with the Hero Stalker, and just being able to very quickly bail yourself out in those high damage situations, really helped Zombie Chris in a lot of those high damage situations. This dual support. Do we feel like? What do we feel? How do we feel about this? We usually see it work. We've seen mixed success with dual support in Chair League here. Is this one of those pro only strats, or do we think that this is still doable?
I think there was a lot of HP on the other team's side, and it was a relatively, like with Brightwing, Tyrande, and Kael'thas, they were a bit squishy on that end.
Where would you have liked to see changes then?
That's rough. I think Tyrande is very valuable on this map, but this is hard. I don't know. This is
Yeah, no, I'm scratching my head here too. I feel like Johanna is a good tank for the 2 support composition. And I feel like having Johanna alone is asking for trouble in a team with Dahaka and Anubarak. So having another like sort of pseudo tank or someone who can help with peeling like Sonya is a good call too. So I feel like those 2 are necessary. I'm trying to find more damage. I'm trying to find more damage in the teams, in the other compositions, the other possible compositions. Do you think switching out Brightwing for a healer like Tassadar might give you a little more damage options?
No, I think actually it might be Brightwing might have needed the phase shift shield. Brightwing went Arcane Barrage, which is a range of Arcane Flare.
The shield is on 7. She went for cleanse, actually.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yep.
No, 4 was the Peekaboo. Peekaboo.
4 is Peekaboo. You can also get increased healing off of your E. When you drop your E on a target, they get a little more healing from your periodic heal. Arcane Barrage, I can see attempting to. I can see Arcane Barrage being used as a reasonable follow up to a Tyrande stun or a Kael'thas stun. You want to stay far enough back to be able to drop it onto a target. But yeah, I think in this situation, I can't really disagree with a lot of the talents for Brightwing.
It's hard. I mean, like the ice block was definitely great, saving yourself.
Maybe instead of Critterize, taking the greater polymorph That's always a weird tight walk. That's always a weird. I was gonna say
Yeah.
a tight rope to walk. It's always a weird um, decision to make at 16, whether or not you want
Yeah.
to take the brief vulnerability because that the polymorph duration is shorter now,
I was gonna say
or
though,
do you
at
want to take the
16,
longer duration?
yeah, it's hard to say. At 16, they were kind of pretty far back, actually.
And I think
Mm-hmm.
that's a desperation pick. Like
Mm-hmm.
you want to quickly get a kill,
Mm-hmm.
so taking Critter Ice helps you to secure a kill maybe a little faster than normal.
Yeah, I think the hardest part was trying to get back in from the 12 to 15 deficit.
Yeah,
Uh,
that spiraled out of control really fast there.
yeah, and in order to do that, I mean, for that to even have happened was the fact that a couple of people just got caught out a few too many
Mm-hmm.
times, and
Mm-hmm.
I think additional damage or the shield from the phase shift with Brightwing popping in at the right time to support those ganks would have been a little bit more helpful, or Peekaboo to sort of not get caught by those rotations, you know. So
Yeah.
it's hard to say. I mean, the comps themselves, I am like you said, it, it's really hard to even suggest changes to these comps because they're so good. I really like them. I
Mm-hmm.
really do.
Mm-hmm.
I would.
I love this Anubarak build by
Mhm.
Zipitodek. I really like. It's got a little bit of everything they need to deal with the opposing team. It's got
Mhm.
ability damage mitigation. It's got faster stun rotation with epicenter and rewind. I really
Yeah.
like this build from Anubarak.
It's really good. Utricating Spines is great. Legion of Beetles, the Big Bad Beetleborg build, as our buddy calls it. I mean, this is a great build, and
Mhm.
I really like it as well. So,
So that about does it for tonight's chair league here. We'll
mhm.
let you all get back to Overwatch. So El Boyos taking a hit on the chin here. They
Mhm.
dropped to 5-2, still a very admirable record.
Mhm.
Better than yesterday though, soaring on a 7-0 platinum record right now. They are
That's.
absolutely untouchable in Division 3.
Mhm. It might be even worthy of a division upgrade.
I think so. I think they've got the right stuff.
Yeah.
They can walk down hallways in slow motion.
Is that the qualification?
Yes, it is actually.
Okay.
I walk too fast. I don't have the right stuff.
Oh, so
I got
that
places. I got places to go.
all I can think of is the Armageddon walk. You know, the walk to the launch pad. Uh, all right.
Hmm.
Well, as everyone knows, the Armageddon walk is the best walk, and therefore, um, better. But I got nothing. I'm I was
All
taking
right.
this somewhere and it went too far. So,
It always does with you. You
I
got to
know.
rein it in, brother.
Sorry. So anyway, that brings us to an end tonight. With a win to better than yesterday. Great games from both teams. Honestly, great games. And we'll see you all next week for week 8 of Chair League. So have a good night, everyone.
Cheers.